so cool. You guys ready for this?
I think we're gonna back it in, right?
Yep, back it in, yep. Just keep going this way. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, this thing's sweet.
Yeah, I had to mess with the fuel bunch yesterday with the base temp just to get it on the trailer. Because I wanted to lean out a bunch. It's running a lot better now.
Need a little fuel in her.
Crash because I hand them.
What a cool truck.
Thanks.
She uses like road racing stuff with it?
Yeah. It's built to lemon spec, so.
Oh, you're gonna lemons this thing?
Yeah, this like in 2 weeks.
That is sick.
Still a little bit of work to do, but
You're getting close.
yeah, it's just down to the handful of last things on the cardboard list.
Yeah, this is cool. What chassis is it on?
Stock.
It is?
Original frame.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It's a Crown Vic front subframe and rear 8.8 with a Ridetech 4-link and coilovers. It's got I bought a F100 Performance Crown Vic swap coilover set just to get close.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to be oversprung because the F100 should be heavier than this, since it has the iron block Ford engines is what they had in mind. And this is obviously aluminum, and these Volvo engines are pretty light, so.
I K-swapped a Crown Vic and I was a little oversprung. But man, it was so darty. It was so fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
What?
I can get the hood off of it. It's got the cool international double-sided hood pivot, so it opens on both sides, or just comes right off.
Yeah. Yeah, we just set it to the side here. This is sick. Dang, this looks fun.
I hope it is. It should be.
It turned out cool.
So I'm shooting for 400 horsepower
Woo!
for the race. And then I don't know if we can like save that and then turn it up and save another one for me to put in after the race that's got more. That would be great, but
What fuel's it on?
91, so
91.
I don't know how much we're gonna get out of it before it gets stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the knocking part. You gotta
Yeah.
really be careful.
It
Is the motor stock or?
Yeah. Well, no, it's forged bottom end, forged pistons, forged
Okay.
rods. It's got the water jackets all pinned.
Okay, that'll help.
Shimmed, so it should last. A guy in the UK did the same setup with a 2.3 and got 980 out of it, and it was totally fine for like drag race, all-wheel drive launches and stuff.
Yeah, and it's really just fuel dependent.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? That's
And
if
there's
you
no
can
way
keep
I'm
them from
getting that high
knocking,
with the
then
91, obviously, but I didn't want to deal with the 85 because getting it is a pain. If I want to drive this all around, I want to be able to do road trips and stuff. So someday I might put a flex sensor in it and be able to do E85, but for now, just
yeah, that would be
91 is-
that would definitely be the benefit for like if
Yeah.
for the high powered stuff.
And everything in the fuel system is ethanol safe, so it should be able to handle it. I think I'll probably eventually get like an aux CAN module to take those in and have more inputs, but
Well, I mean, for the road race stuff, oil temp would be nice, but
yeah. I can probably set it up for a
but
gauge if I
lemons,
have
you
to.
could always, you got your cool down lap, just
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
just
It should be fine.
yeah. And electric power steering,
Electric power steering, it's got a knob inside for control,
that is sweet.
so we can turn it down on the track. It's pretty heavy without the power steering at all, because obviously the rack is meant for power, but
Nice, powerful fan. Is it PWM'd or
it can be. It's not right now, and I don't have an output for it.
so she's just a rock
I
star?
could switch the relay to just an ignition power and use that output to PWM the fan if we wanted to.
Yeah, and you'd want a solid state anyway for it. You know what I mean? So you could.
Yeah, Yeah, so right now the Haltech is turning this relay on, which is just giving 12 volts to the ignition
Perfect.
side of the fan, and that just full blast
Yeah.
when it comes on.
And for what you're doing, it's probably best.
That's what
'cause
I'm
it's
thinking.
going
yeah.
the whole time.
For street, I wouldn't mind having it controlled, but for now, this is how it is. I have this same fan on my 1UZ swapped Hilux, and it works great.
Such a cool truck too. Just find it in a field or something. And
Basically, I found it on Marketplace, and it was in Texas in a field for like 40 years. And the guy was like one of those dudes that cuts up trucks and makes furniture and garage art out of them. And he's like, this one's just too straight, so I'm going to sell it. And I got the whole truck for $1,200 delivered.
damn, that's delivered.
Yeah, he brought it up here for $1,200. I was like, yeah, I'm buying it.
Sold.
There is no way I'm not buying an old American truck for $1,200.
$1,200.
And then it was all stock. It had the original engine in it. It didn't run. I mean, it had been open. It had some giant, like 3/4 ton tow truck axle in the back of it.
What'd you go with for the axle?
It's an 8.8.
8.8.
It's welded.
Yeah, I noticed in the dirt.
Yeah. So I have another axle now. I got another one that has a limited slip in it, but I don't know what kind yet. So eventually that'll get swapped in. For now, Lemon's welded diff work just fine.
This is gonna be so fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Especially Crown Vic, good front suspension. Like this'll do.
Yeah.
This'll do great.
Yeah, there's Crown Vics that race Lemons and they do well. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why I went with it. That, and it's such an easy swap, and it's aluminum. It's lightweight. You know, you get motor mounts built into it. It's got 350Z rubber, like actual mounts.
Yeah, good front brakes too.
And Volvo, I took those off the S60R, modified the front knuckles to fit the S60R calipers, and they're 2015 Explorer rotors.
Just a hodgepodge of cool.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Perfect.
So that's what I'm after. Still some heat shielding too. I'm gonna put some heat shielding around back here so that this doesn't.
Oh, Lil
a
has
bad
to
time.
check you out.
But what a cool cat.
What do you think? This is a good one? Yeah, you like it, huh?
It's an awesome cat.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's a car girl for sure. She's trying to figure out how to get in. The breather, is this to the ground or is this like to a catch
That
can?
is to the factory fire trap. And
Okay,
then
so there's like
the
a-
stock breather system is all hooked up.
Okay.
And then the part that normally goes to the air filter is this. It's just to a catch can and then to the actual air filter.
Okay. So that's just your little oil separator.
Yeah, basically. So the stock one is there, and then this one's just extra because I know they still suck a bunch of oil through.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't want to get rid of the breather and just have like vents blowing oil fumes everywhere. But
Yep.
I wanted to make sure that minimal oil gets into the intake system.
Cams or anything?
Stock.
Stock
Yeah,
cams?
stock everything else.
Stock valve train?
I was gonna do valve springs, and then a bunch of people were like, "No, it'll rattle itself apart before you rev that high anyway." And like an idiot, I just was like, "Yeah, fine, all right. I can do valve springs later if I need to."
What do they rev to?
So 65 is the stock red line. The sleeves were the biggest problem with the R engines, and I only found that out after I decided to go with an R engine. And that's why I pinned everything, so
Okay.
it's got the best chance it's gonna have of surviving.
And it's really just being conservative with the pump. Because pump is the hard part.
Yeah.
It's so volatile, just like still light, and you're just like, ah,
Yeah.
we're not ready.
Yeah, so I'm happy to be careful with it until
Yep.
I find out that I, need to go to a different fuel.
Yep.
And then ID 1050X injectors,
And then the stock Volvo coils too.
stock coils. Yeah, they're good enough. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, that's
I'm
what
sure.
it says.
Such a
It's
cool
been-
project.
it's
No wonder
been-
you got hooked up with Hank.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The Volvo guys.
In Lemons in general is how I met Hank,
Yeah,
and he was pretty excited when he saw me build.
I
this.
bet. Especially with the Volvo.
Yeah, his car is cool as hell too.
It's something.
But this thing has been really fun to see it finally come together. After I've owned it for 6 years, and I finally started working on it 2 years ago, and it's just been like nonstop.
Yeah, I get to go see Hank tonight.
Oh, nice.
And go help him with that air shifter on the Radical there.
Yeah, that thing's been a hell of a project.
Yeah. He's pulling his hair out.
I just hope it holds together, man. That's all I want. I just want it to stay in one piece long enough to do this race I've been trying to get to for 2 years.
Does it have anything for knock sensor wise
It
in
has
it?
the stock knock sensors, and they are wired in, so
Okay. Bosch or what?
I
Do
believe
you know what they use?
I believe they're Bosch. but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, hopefully. The Bosch are the good ones. Yeah? Think so, huh? She's ornery. It is awesome. She a little rich?
No?
It was just it's kind of black city.
Yeah. No, it actually wanted a touch of fuel. I didn't like record it, I was just kind of driving.
Yeah.
So if you want to come over here real quick. They had the scaling wrong on the map sensor.
Oh.
So it was fighting itself all over the place. It wasn't actually really like using the map sensor.
That completely explains a lot of how it was running.
So his VE numbers were like 20 down here to get it to run. And so basically I just had to build everything up after getting the map sensor right. So I was just kind of driving just to see where everything was. It's not too far off right now. Probably make a pull here real quick.
Let's make a rip. Not a bad place to start. 333 first pull.
Man, that's already better than the stock everything.
Yeah. Triple threes.
I don't think the engine wanted to release off of the trans when I pushed the clutch. I kind of had to pull it off.
Had some mass. How much boost?
14 pounds at the end, and it was kind of rich. The short terms were pulling a bunch up there. Yeah, we ended up pulling 16%. I saw that. It's like it was pretty good, but like if you look at my map here, like see, I kind of just built the back up real high because I didn't know what it was gonna do, and the map was so wrong. So I just kind of built that up, so it was kind of rich up top.
How much ignition's in it?
That's what I'm pulling up right now. Went down to 11 and it came up to 14.
It's pretty dang close, huh?
Yeah. The other stuff I need to add into the logger is the cam control, because I need to see what.
And I think it goes way faster than you thought it would. So.
Yeah.
All right, what changes did we make there, James?
A bunch of fuel stuff and added a bunch of stuff in the logger.
Nice. .321 kind of fell off pretty hard in the back.
Yeah, I didn't even pull it all the way because it felt like that.
Yeah.
See how flat my air fuel was that time too?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Okay, so our intake angle is working. See, it's coming down. Like it's. So see, it's coming down, but look at our exhaust. Negative 214 million something degrees.
Off the charts.
Yeah. So the exhaust one, let's look at that actually. Cam control. Let's look at wiring. So exhaust cam input is SPI 3. Output is this.
Get back, so he's messing with the exhaust cam angles, trying to find that, but definitely a little better. 324 was closer to what it was doing the first time.
And I didn't change anything, you know what I mean, besides turning off that cam sensor. You see where it starts losing it is where the intake cam has everything pulled out.
Yeah, because once you find this and add a touch of boost and see what she'll do.
I pulled that one to 59 is where it had already felt out. I just
it's already rolled over. So
You're doing a hole and seeing where it sprays from.
Yeah.
what do we got cooking?
He's got a little bit of an oil
Breather
puddle
is
under there.
making oil go everywhere, and I can't tell where it's going from. It's mostly saturated on the
So
back
we're
of
coming
the
out of the valve cover into this breather box, right?
which is also fed by a giant port in the side of the block. On the
Where
back
does it
side.
vent to?
It vents to that catch can
Let's-
and into here, but also there's a vacuum fitting right here.
The one hose is pretty dry rotted, but
Which is bizarre because it's brand new.
this one is?
Yeah.
You see how dry rotted it is?
Yeah, I know. I'm a little frustrated by that. Most of the oil seems to be on the back, where the big port is on the side of the crankcase. It feeds into the side of that box. But I felt around it and it doesn't seem like there's any holes in it, and it didn't come off. So I'm not really sure. Whatever it is, it's like spraying.
Let me grab a GoPro and I'll put it down there so we can watch it.
Okay, that's actually a good idea.
All right, so I got a camera on the venting. We're gonna take a look at that. and we're gonna make a rip, see how this thing will do. Lot better. A lot better. That, my friend, was a much better.
It felt great. That felt way good.
Yeah, 344, and it carried big flat power band now.
But it's like this weird molded like elbow.
What'd you change? Oh, that's the cam angle.
The cam angle on the intake. So let me get this up and I'll show you. So
Throw your screen capture on real quick.
Oh,
Yeah, hopefully I can
there it
handle
is. Alright, so then what was that? Oh,
Cam angle.
intake angle 1.
I
So
almost
see,
wonder
we had 30 and then it came down to 25.
Yeah, and it's so flat. I think you kind of nailed the angles here.
Yeah. Whereas before, if you look at this one, see, we kind of started the pull at 24 and came down to 0.
Yeah, and I wasn't happy with that.
No, it just needed to get down.
Yeah. All right, let's check this out here. Got a little oil on stuff.
I saw where it was coming from.
You did?
Yeah. I don't know that there's much I can do about that right now.
Where was it at?
It's the thing on the block. There's like a big rubber elbow that feeds the side of this flame trap. And when you hit boost, the whole thing just went like ballooned and then,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, like there's way too much pressure. And I don't know why, other than maybe pinching off or disconnecting the intake side of it and see if it stops doing that.
So it's getting boost.
Like it might be getting boost, yeah.
It has to be to blow up.
Right, because I can't imagine there's that much crankcase pressure, or everything would be leaking.
Well, if it's a soft hose,
It is fairly soft.
I mean, even a couple pounds of crank pressure could blow up a soft
And
hose.
I mean, it's about that big, and it's like pretty thin. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if we just let it go for now or what.
Probably for now, but before you race it, I would
absolutely need to
put
find
something
a-
big on there or get it venting
maybe
really well.
reinforce it or something.
Yeah. $331. $331.
Dude, the rev limiter is not stopping it.
That one kind of fell off a little bit on the back side. Liver limiter is not stopping it.
65, 67, and then I push the clutch. Because I'm watching.
Yeah.
It's not stopping.
And then the clutch kind of holds on to it and doesn't let it go.
Yep. Exactly. I tried giving it a little bit of boost there, and it still just made 14. Now my fuel's within 2-3%.
And she's going. And it sounded like it was rocking.
There's the off point.
That limiter is not grabbing. 325. 325 horsepower. It's just trying to get a good level. 325. Just kind of hangs in those areas.
Yeah, I'm not changing anything on the fuel. And the rev limiter did not get me.
Yeah, I heard nothing. So you're having some rev limiter issues.
Yeah, it's not Not rev limiter.
So we built a timing wall. So he'll feel that,
Yeah.
and he'll know that that's it.
Yep.
Because otherwise, how do you know?
Only reason I know is because I'm sitting here watching a number.
Right.
And that's the only thing I'm having to watch is a couple numbers. I'm not driving. This thing's stationary.
Right. But hitting a lot of negative timing, you'll feel the engine dip, and it'll be like, oh, it's time to shift. So
Yep.
it's definitely a way to do it when things aren't cooperating. We're not sure exactly why yet, but we're into it. But we had to add some kind of safety to it, so that's what we came up with. See how it works out.
Any luck with the cam stuff?
That's what he's still messing with.
That's what we're doing.
So he's trying to find that before you go much further, because it's like, got to have that right
Yeah,
first.
for
so.
sure. Yeah, I knew that was going to add a level of
Yeah.
bother to it, but
So the exhaust one isn't working,
yeah, right.
but the intake one, that's what's totally
Well, and it's-
manipulating the graph right now.
And it's giving it a nice flat power band, so it's really just,
When is it hitting like full boost so far?
Let me look.
I mean, it comes straight up.
That's what I'm wondering if it's.
It actually does really well.
Boost
So
4,400.
Oh, okay, so that's about.
so
what
it starts spooling like,
I'm flooring it at 3,400, and it goes directly to 0. By 3,500, it's above 0. By 3,700, it's at 3.
Okay.
And it's at 6 pounds by 4,000. By 44, it's at 12 pounds.
Okay. So it's a little bit slow.
45,
That's
it's
about
at
what I
13.
that's not too bad.
Oh
though.
no, that thing will be wicked up.
Yeah,
while
it'll be
you're running
wicked
it.
up pretty good.
Okay.
What the temp is kind of where what's changed some of the power here. So, because like the 344 was a solid like 14 pounds. Some of these have been like in the 13s. All right, so he's trying to get her worked out. These things can take a little time. We're 22. Looked off and clicked a little earlier or something.
Yeah, I just clicked a little earlier. Didn't feel any different.
Nope. Alright, so the clutch isn't releasing all the way. He's been fighting that. That's so heavy too. So that's why it has that little bit of rev hang too. Which as soon as it starts making more power, more RPM, that could get worse. So. Just cooled her off?
Pulled her off, changed a little bit of cam angle, and gave it a touch of boost control.
See how she'll act.
It
342.
just kept climbing boost, but losing power.
Yeah, I wonder. And the same power, it just says it must be something in that exhaust cam
Okay.
that we're gonna need to find. But we're gonna have to figure out how it all works. How many
it's
teeth
bizarre.
are on the exhaust cam?
It's the exact same.
Exact
as
same.
Yeah.
So it should be too big, too small.
Okay. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do is find out how that one works.
That seems like
You got a lot more oil now.
So this pile was because the oil feed to the turbo was loose.
Oh,
which I tightened
okay.
that.
Okay.
This is all just breather.
Okay. He did find the solenoid though, so
It is working.
yeah, it is working.
Okay,
And
that was
see,
up in the air too.
they're just finding what hertz rate and where
Yeah, okay.
it needed to come in. So that took some bit, but you know, it'd make that power early, but if it's gonna make the same power, 13 pounds.
Yeah, if it's
difference.
just falling off anyways. It
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
I'm not chasing peak numbers.
No, I
I
ju-
just want something that's.
I
gonna
think
be
it'll
better.
take just another session and something figuring out that
Yeah,
exhaust cam.
because once you can get it out, get the air out of it,
Yeah.
it should
Exactly.
able to make
And then
plenty of power.
seeing what it wants, yeah. And then the whole rev hang thing too, because once the power starts going up,
Yeah.
that's going to become more of an issue, because it's not going to let it go. And if other people are driving it,
Yeah, I don't want it to be a problem.
yeah,
I'll work out and figure out the clutch travel and the breather system like ASAP.
but that's what the dyno's good for, because this is all like stuff you'd never find
Right,
at the
exactly,
track,
for
you know.
Exactly. And that's what makes it seem to us like it's that exhaust.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, like we fix that on some of the fixed cams with degree.
Okay.
We move them. That's
Right.
what you're doing is you're
Exactly.
electronically degreeing it constantly as you're moving. So that one where it's sitting, because we can't move it,
Right,
is not, it's efficient low, but it's not efficient up high.
right.
Yeah, that's what makes sense to me too.
Yeah, everything else should be flowing plenty. I mean, I've got huge exhaust and
Yeah, it's only
Yeah, it's just
bottleneck.
your
it
cam
seems.
degree is bottlenecked on the
Yeah,
one side.
that makes sense.
But-
yeah, and honestly, like lower power on the track is not going to be a bad thing for anyone but my brain.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going to be happier that it has 80 less horsepower than I thought it would,
Yeah.
because they're not going to be fighting with it as much, and that's going to be good for us because we're not going to be going off the track all the time. So
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll just do a little research.
my buddy was like, "Keep it under 250 for the track." I'm like, "No." Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, just seeing it make 330, 340 right out of the gate, like,
Yeah, it was awesome.
yeah.
Frick yeah, sick.
Yeah, that was cool. And that's more power than stock from this engine anyways. So,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm already ahead. But I need to solve those issues quick because that stuff is major for the racetrack.